All right. All right. All right. All right. Ooh. Today is finally the day, man. Today's the day, man. Where I finally play something. Where I finally start to play something. Where I don't have a sword. I know it's very scary for me. It's very scary for me. This is very outside of my territory. But yeah, to close the book on all that I've played here, I got this tier list. So yeah, prepare for some of the worst takes you ever heard. Prepare for some of the worst opinions from like the least reliable guy. All right, so before we start, I'm gonna explain what which each of these tiers mean. So, F tier, flat. It's just a bad game. It is like there's like zero redeeming qualities of it. it's like zero redeeming qualities, and like it's so bad it's disappointing. You know, it's a disappointment. What do you put DMC down? S but near an F. Hey, hold on now. I'm getting to it. This is why I'm explaining. Yeah. F is for irredeemably bad. Like there is like nothing about it that I can agree on or say is good. That's what the F is for. D means you see the silhouette of a ghost of the vision that they wanted to make. But whether it's the execution of it or just personal opinion, I did not like it at all. So that's D. C. C is going to be, you see the vision a lot more, and even the combat is like better developed. But there are still some points where it feels like a slog. That's C tier. Then B. B is where we're actually starting into the good stuff. You see the vision. The combat's really, it's better. It's great even. But whether it's like personal opinion or like story-wise, there's a reason why it isn't A or higher. A. Great combat by default. Great story. A lot of things go into it making it A tier. And then S tier. These are games I'm putting in like my all year round replay rotation. They're that good. And yeah, keep in mind, this is coming from a guy that sucks at all video games. All right. God, this is gonna be terrible. All right, now starting with like the most simple place to start. Boo, go back to Valorant. Hey, hold on now. I might soon. Starting off with the very first Devil May Cry. Now, me personally, it's an alright starting point. It's pretty good. And like you can definitely see where they wanted to take the game of it all. They give them the weapons they can switch between. Only in the menus though. You only have access to one weapon at a time. Whether it's one gun or one sword weapon. But if you're, locked in, being a gamer, you can definitely get saucy with it. It definitely feels a lot more clunky than the later installments. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna put that joint in like friggin' I'm gonna put that joint in like C tier. Pretty good. I did get crazy ratioed by it though. I got a bit mad. Especially I think it was like mission 7 or something like that. Wait until they remake the first game and it's based on the Netflix series. Yeah. I really hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. All right. Now moving on to DMC 2. All right. Moving on to DMC 3. Now this is where it starts to get good. I'm pretty sure they only give you the loadout of like 2 weapons, close range weapons, and 2 guns. It's definitely not nearly as like open and free as the later ones are. But just the 2 different weapons in combination of with the styles, the replayability is already like very noticeable. And like even just like base game stuff, dudes are doing crazy things out here. I do know there's like a recent mod where you can now switch styles in DMC3. And apparently you could just do this in the Nintendo Switch version. But yeah, this footage without any of that garbage though? This is crazy. You could just do that. And that's why I think this game is super sick. And of course with like the addition of Virgil and stuff, I'm be real. That joint. I going in the A tier, buddy. I really like this game. I thought it was super sick. My OG combo was Alistair. No, not Alistair. It was Rebellion and Cerberus. Guns, I didn't really use guns because I suck. And then with Devil Trigger being like actually decent, being a good heal mechanic and good just output more damage mechanic. That's what the frick I'm talking about, baby. Like this is what made me realize why people like these games so much. So yeah, DMC3 A tier, baby. All right, now time for the next one that added one of my favorite recent characters in the game I played. Friggin' Devil May Cry 4. Devil May Cry 4. Now I will say at the beginning, I wasn't really rocking with this one. Because the one major thing, the timing of Nero's sword rev, it cooked me. And I was getting real mad at it. And then once you get back to Dante, and now he has multiple guns, multiple physical weapons, and he can change between styles. I was playing like an idiot. It made me feel like an idiot. That's why I'm glad Nero's there. So he can let simpletons like me feel kind of cool. And also, Virgil being added in 3. He just feels so much better in 4. So yeah. DMC4, man. That joint is going to be the first S tier. I joined the first S tier game. To be fair, I'm a bit of a LARPer. I haven't played through Trish and Lady's story. I tried to do one mission, died twice, and gave up. I'm gonna be so for real. But yeah. I love the game. The DMC fan is howling in agony right now. Well, here's the thing. I don't think they've actually played their own games either. And yeah, a remake of DMC2 would be super sick if they made it, like a real game. But yeah, DMC4, man. The grapple arm is like one of the most fun things I've used in that game. All the grabs, dealing with the different enemies using the grab specifically. Yeah, I love DMC4. Dudes would put DMC4 in B tier and 3 in S tier. Well, you know what? I'm not dudes. Okay. All right, now time for every LARPer's favorite DMC, actually. Devil May Cry 5. Ouch. Now, I had an issue ranking this one. Because as cool as it is, there's always parts of it that pulled me out of enjoying it too much. And his name starts with a V and ends with nothing because it's V. V is the reason why I didn't like this game that much. The reason why I didn't like this game is because of V. It was cool. It's definitely a lot cooler than like how other games would have done it. But yeah, it got pretty lame playing as V a lot. That was pretty good, but I don't know about the art direction. And yeah, that too. The urban stuff is like kind of lame. That's another reason why I like DMC4 so much, because it's a combination between like the urban stuff and then like the gothic, like almost Baroque architecture. I can't speak, but yeah. But cool thing about 5, giving Nero the devil arm, no, the devil breaker arm, and giving his kit a lot more stuff to work with, and especially once he gets his own devil trigger, yeah. All fire. That's all insane. But me personally, I'm putting that joint in B tier. It's good. It's great even. But it's missing a couple things. The combat is immaculate though. It is, but I don't think it's that much better than 4. Except Virgil. Virgil's just crazy easy to feel cool with in 5. And yeah, it's Slasher for sure, yep. Alrighty. Let me just move this down a bit. Okay, boom. Alright, the next one, made from the same dudes that made the OG Devil May Cry's. Bayonetta. Bayonetta's cool. Like me, starting out, I wasn't so into it. But then, like, once I got access to like more weapons, like the sword especially, I started to like it a lot more. And I say this game is a lot more simple than DMC until like I see an actual person playing the game. I'm like, holy frick! Never mind, I just suck. I just suck at this game. It looks great even after like this many years, which I think is crazy. The fights are more cinematic, like the fact that you can like stand on walls and stuff. It's so sick. And the bigger, more cinematic fights that DMC wanted to do, Bayonetta just does way better. Big glaring issue is the rocket ride level. The rocket ride level's kind of cringe and lame and really bad. And the fact that it gatekeeps one of like the coolest fights in the game is like super BM. This is your flavor hack and slash. Just say, yeah. Because it's more about like outputting as much damage as you can using the demon weave, the finisher, the combo finisher. Yeah, dude, it had inverted controls. It was like 8 minutes long, but it felt like 20. It was bad. And so for that, I'm going to put that joint in B tier. Same level as DMC5, because again, a lot of really cool things, but there are just these few pockets of really bad in there that I didn't like. All right. enough having a good time. Let's get real sad in here, boys. Let's get real sad in here. Friggin' Bayonetta 3. Funny thing is, one of the big reasons why I don't like this game is also because of a character's name who starts with V. And it's Viola. And it's Viola. Her combat didn't feel nearly as good as any previous Bayonetta game, even though I've only played one. Story-wise, absolute mess. Absolute mess. Visually, it hurt to play this game more than 2 hours at a time. Because, when you get to some of the crazier fights with a lot more enemies, it looks like a huge mess. An eyesore. And then what the frick they did at the ending was just super... it's super disrespectful, in my opinion. It's super disrespectful to all the real heads that like Bayonetta. And I'm not even a real head, so I wouldn't know. And yet I still feel disappointed. And also the whole kaiju element that they wanted to implement. It was a very bad way to implement the puppeteering of those things. Now, from the same studios... Actually, hold on. Now, I'm going to put that joint in D tier. I'm going to put that joint in D tier. Because the bad outweighs the good a crazy amount, in my opinion. Alright. Now, this one's for you. This one's for you, brother. The next game. Nier Automata. I really tried to like this game, man. But something spoke to me in my soul, saying, you know what? This ain't actually that cool. This don't deserve all the glaze. I didn't like the combat that much. I thought it was kind of boring. You personally put in an A or S. Yeah, and it's like... Then, like, the robot mechanic thing. I don't know. I just wasn't messing with it. And then I ran into the one snag, the one boss that put me over the edge and uninstalled the game. And yeah, I haven't picked it up since. I haven't even thought about picking it back up since. So yeah. And that's why I'm putting that joint in the D tier. What boss was it? It was that humanoid guy. The one where, like, you gotta first platform on the rotating platforms up to him to hit him. And then when he blows up, you gotta just shoot at him a lot. Then he blows up again, and then you're at like 0 health. While you're still gotta shoot at him and dodge things, but since you're low health, you walk really slow. I wasn't really rocking with that part. I died like 5 times there and I gave up. That's the part that broke me. Bro. Hey man, all I'm saying is that this is a list coming from a dude that sucks at video games. I say there's all these criteria to get into these ranks. Nah. It's all personal opinion at the end of the day. Alright, moving on to a game whose friggin' skill ceiling is darn high. Like, this is the highest skill ceiling I've ever seen in a game before. And that is friggin' Astral Chain. It's the most recent one that I played and beat. And it's like, the way I describe it is like, it's Bayonetta 3 puppeteering, except done well. Except done great. Done amazingly. So you can input a lot of command moves for your own character, the Legionist, and inputs for your own Legion. And when you like time everything right, get all the flash commands on right, you can do some crazy stuff. And each time I sat down to play, I learned 3 different mechanics that I needed to learn to actually play and enjoy the game. One of them was that you can have multiple legions out at a time. I didn't know you could do that. And when you do, it's crazy. When you do, it's actually insane, because now you gotta control 3 dudes at one time. The story definitely gets better. That story definitely gets better in the second half of the game. I think like after chapter 6. And yeah, the game just opens up crazy once you get really confident using all those moves. If only if I would read. Well, you know what? I can't read. And if you need to read to enjoy a video game, never mind, I won't say that. Yeah. And for that, I'm saying that joint an A tier. Above DMC3. Stupid goober. All right. If you need to read to enjoy a video game, yeah, as if I don't love Persona. All right. Moving on. I think this is the last game from Platinum Studios. Ninja Gaiden 4. Now, I didn't even know that Ninja Gaiden had, like, games past the 2D platformers. I didn't know they had they had 3D games. I thought it was crazy when I saw this. Man, Ninja Gaiden 4. It's so much more fast-paced and ruthless than any DMC game is. I think when I was first playing it, it felt like I was playing Doom. It felt like I was playing the Doom of hack and slash games. Where it's just so much faster. You get glory kills, which can heal you. That's a very Doom mechanic. And switching between the 4 weapons, which each have a secondary weapon mode. Parries, freaking items. It's all crazy. The Doom of hack and slash games is kind of, it's brutal. It's so sick. See, I really freaking dug this one. And the tunes being like instrumental prog metal, more genty stuff that I'm into. It felt a bit catered to me. Because I'm a weep. I think ninjas are cool. And you tell me I get to play as one that uses blood weapons to a metal track. Yo, sign me up, brother. And there's I didn't even think about that. Frick, I might have to bump it up. But nah, it's going in A tier. I think my few gripes with it. Keep in mind, I am hopping into this game without playing any previous Ninja Gaiden. So I don't have the so the character Ryu Hayabusa doesn't have the prestige in my brain that he does to other Ninja Gaiden fans. I probably would like it less if I liked Ryu Hayabusa as much as I do the other fans. Also, I forgot to account for all the. That's a different list for a different day, brother. I'll rank all these games on the same criteria except adding that in. And let me tell you, that will definitely shake up this bracket. That will definitely shake this up. List for a different day. Again, a lot of things are changing. Let me tell you. All right. Now for the next long list of games made by the same dudes. What do you know about No More Heroes? I didn't know nothing about No More Heroes. All I know is that the game is about a dude with a beam katana. And honestly, that's all I friggin' needed. Just to add on, he also is a weeb and a gamer, so he's just like me for real. Definitely a lot easier to learn compared to the other games. Like you have a very limited move set, no actual inputs other than like a charge and like a very finicky parry move that you can do. But other than that, very satisfying to play. You got huge crowds of dudes, and you kill like 7 of them using one slash. It's fire. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I just really like this game. I like the overall vibes of it. If that's cringe to say, or the overall vibes of it. The random stupid mechanics that no one tells you about that you have to learn on your own. There's like 8 of them. And yeah, cool levels, cool bosses, very memorable characters. I don't know, man. Sometimes that's all you need to make a friggin' game S tier. I love the first game to death. And then that directly ties into the next one, the sequel. First time playing this game, I did not like it that much. I'm gonna be so for real. I didn't think the combat was nearly as satisfying. I didn't think it wasn't nearly as funny. It was more depressing and just angry. Until I placeboed myself into liking it. Until I influenced myself to like it using the soundtrack. Because one way that this game completely destroys the previous one is the soundtrack. What are we doing a Lego game? I actually never played a Lego game. I think I played the Harry Potter one once. Barely got anywhere. Either way. Man, the No More Heroes 2 soundtrack? Holy frick. That joint is crazy. It makes you almost forget the second Destroy Man boss fight. It makes you almost forget that opening level to the Goth Snipers boss fight. It makes you almost forget all that. But nope, not close enough. So I'm gonna put that joint. Hold on. So I'm gonna put that joint. I'm gonna put that joint in a friggin' I'm gonna put that joint in a B tier. God Sniper, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm saying. But you gotta take the whole game into consideration. Again, for another day. For another day, that game might be S tier. Another day, another kind of list, that game might be S tier. Alright. Now for the third game, No More Heroes 3. Friggin' giga slow start. Holy. They added definitely a lot more cutscenes into No More Heroes 3. And that definitely makes it feel a lot less like No More Heroes. But after like the third time sitting down and playing it and really trying to learn how to do things, it gets really sick. This game is a lot more about positioning of enemies and like being less rambunctious with all your spammage. And yeah, with 2 of your Death Glove abilities being like position moving moves, they definitely want you to focus on that. Also, I did play it on hard, and so I did get like too touched by everything. Probably added a lot to it. But yeah. Visually, I didn't like it nearly as much as 2. It definitely felt a lot less punk grungy than 1 or 2. But besides all that, I'm putting that joint in A tier. Alright. Overwatch is going to be on A tier. Hey man, that might be S tier. Overwatch might be S tier. All right, now speaking of another S tier game in that specific category that we're not talking about today, Lollipop Chainsaw. Now, going into it, I heard a lot about this game, specifically from non-gamers, if I want to be so racist. But I saw a lot more videos about like the quotes and the cutscenes of this game. So when I actually got to the game, I was kind of disappointed. Because you gotta understand, I'm coming off of like real combo heavy. You gotta get creative with these combos. Games. To go into something as simple as whittle down a zombie until you can one-shot it with your chainsaw, it definitely is a lot less interesting. But then you find more ways to be creative doing just that. And that's when you start to really enjoy it. Yeah, stylistically, this game is getting carried hard. It's getting real carried by the style of it all. Because other than that, the gameplay is pretty garbage. I'm gonna be real. You don't even have like a legit dodge roll button. You have like a weird jump. But yeah, friggin' all pump chainsaw. I joined getting a C tier. That's right. I'm putting DMC 1 right next to Loud Pipe Chainsaw. What the frick was that gameplay? Another thing. A big part about these games is like, bro sucked at the game. Al is just the boss. I'm gonna be real. I think that's just 1v1ing an enemy in Loud Pipe Chainsaw is where you start to really see the holes in its gameplay. Loud Pipe Chainsaw is at its best when you're dealing with huge crowds of zombies. Not when you're fighting just one enemy. So that's why it's a C tier. Alright. Now I believe this is the last Suda51 game in this section. A killer is dead. Now I got this game confused with like Killer 7 for a while. Because apparently Mr. Suda51 only knows 2 words that exist in the English language. Killer's Dead is a lot less focused on specific inputs and more of just like reacting to enemies' attacks. So you can do parries, knockups, and just keeping the chain going for as long as you can to do cooler and more damaging auto combos. The gun is sometimes useful. It's really, there's an upgrade where if you dodge a bullet at the right time, you could just press a button and insta headshot one shot the dude that shot you. That's cool when you do it. But other than that, it's pretty basic as well. Again, Suda51 does not make complicated video games. But I liked all the characters. I thought they were all cool. Mondo's really, I really like Mondo. I think he's funny and just sick. But yeah. Also, you get to date 4 women in the game. And you know what? Might put an S tier. But nah, that's for another day, as I said. It's for another day. Yeah, so for today, I'm putting that joint in like... I'm putting that joint in B tier. Alright, kind of crazy. I'm putting a B tier above DMC5. I'm putting a B tier above DMC5. Again, I finally got to date the nurse girl. Holy frick, man. She might be the best one. But yeah, again, for another day. Alright, now you may be looking at this list and thinking, hey man, where the frick is DMC Devil May Cry? Now it's funny, my first exposure to DMC Devil May Cry was from his inclusion in PlayStation All-Stars. Sony's weird 2D platform fighter. Where you were playing as DMC Dante. Playing the game, going into it, people saying, oh, it's bad, oh, it's watered down. Yeah, definitely, it is definitely watered down. I wouldn't say it's bad, though. I thought it was pretty good. Now, of course, the story was kind of terrible. It was kind of really bad. But I don't know. I like the combat. I thought it was pretty cool. And again, you can still get crazy creative with it. And at the end of the day, I feel like that's what DMC is all about. Yeah, they did mess up Virgil's story crazy and his combat. He does not feel good to play. What was that design? Yeah, they gave him this goofy hat. I don't know how they managed to do it, but they managed to take out all of the aura out of a character that is like literally made of aura. Yeah, playing through Dante's story, it was fun. I liked it a lot. Also, one thing I think I did really like was the fact that you could switch between the weapons so easily. In the other DMC games, it would be like, if you want to get to a specific weapon, you have to like scroll through a wheel. For this one, it being just a button hold on each side to get to the different one, I thought that was really smart. And of course, the fact that you get a grapple in this game from like DMC4, I think it's also really great. That's why I'm putting that joint in friggin' B tier. DMC4 is better. DMC5 is better though. What do you got next year? Oh, here's one. Oh, I didn't. All right, DMC. DMC. All right, don't make freaking fun of me, dude. I'm really trying hard to stay focused here. I'm really trying hard to stay focused. All right, the next game, Sonic Unleashed. One of my favorite games from my friggin' childhood. No, I'm not. One of my favorite games from my childhood. Goofy game where Sonic turns into a werewolf Sonic. Gets stretchy arms for no reason and claws. And now fights like this instead of just one-shotting dudes using the homing attack. I think he plays great. There's a lot of really sick movement things you could do with his specific inputs. There's like dodge roll attacks that you can do. Like that dodge roll into the uppercut. That's a specific dodge roll move. Air grabs, air combos. It's crazy. And he also has a double trigger with the Unleash mode. Only issue is, it takes a while. The night stages just take a frick while to get through. Like, first time playing through it, they're going to take you like up to like 30 minutes to like an hour. Very long stages. The level up system is very slow, so getting new moves takes a while. And even if you unlock the entire kit, since you didn't level up damage, you're doing like 0 damage. Other than that, I think it's great. Once you're fully leveled up, once you're doing damage, once you're doing crazy moves, amazing. This is one of those games where like I would love to get a remake of it, but I know they're gonna find some way to biff up the combat. All right, this might be actually only talking about the combat. It's top of B tier. Because if we're talking about the whole game, that joint S tier. I love that game to death. But no, just specifically Werehog combat, B tier. All right, that's like the last legit hack and slash game that I've played. Now we're going into an adjacent genre, action RPGs. I started with like probably the most popular action RPG a lot of people have played. Kingdom Hearts. Not me. I love me some Kingdom Hearts. I get an itch to replay it like every friggin' 2 days. Every year I want to replay it, and it's a really big issue. But one thing I will say is that replaying Kingdom Hearts 1 definitely is the toughest. Sora's just very slow in this one. And you feel kind of weak throughout the whole thing. Story is great though. Still, it's nice being at a point in the story where it isn't so confusing. But yeah, combat's pretty simple. You got a block, you got magic, you got just swinging your sword. Nothing too crazy, and your two friggin' homies Donald and Goofy just doing their best to not die. Yeah. Again, a bit of a struggle to replay, but you can definitely see what they're trying to get at. That joint is a C tier. All right. Now here's where the series gets giga crazy. I don't know what the frick happened between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but they locked the frick in. They said, nah, we're going to make the combat fast. We're going to make it difficult. We're going to make it crazy stylish. And my worst friggin' nightmare fight is this very specific one, where they introduce these dancers. Sora moves with a weight in this game that just feels great. The fact that you can get crazy comboed by the enemies is so stupid, but it's what makes it great. He has different forms that you can activate when you're in a pinch. A story definitely gets a lot more crazy. Fighting all the organization members is super sick. Each one of those fights is crazy cool. And yeah, there's a reason why it's regarded as like the best Kingdom Hearts game. The two final mix, which is like it's like a remaster, I think. They changed up some of the mechanics to make it a lot better. They add some really cool fights. Like one of my favorite boss fights is in that game. And so that's why I don't go in S tier. Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts? You have not, you gotta. Amber, you gotta. It's one of those series where I think everyone should play at least one of them. And again, going from 1 directly into 2, you'll see the difference immediately about how much better 2 is. Alright, now to the latest Kingdom Hearts game. I think? Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3, instead of having different forms they can change into, they have different keyblades that you can switch on a whim, and each one of them has like forms, if that makes sense, where they get you new movesets, new friggin' movement options. It's basically just a whole new kit tucked behind a keyblade. And you can get kind of crazy with it. I kind of suck, so I can't do all this. Story-wise, it's a bit lackluster up until you get to like the end part of the game, and that's when things start to go crazy. But no, the combat is like, it's a lot more floaty than 2, which I'm not really a big fan of. But no, the Keyblade transformations are just so sick. And I cannot deny how crazy they are. That's why I joined an A tier. Also, after playing 1 and 2, going directly into 3, seeing Sora's journey, it's tough. It's tragic. It's amazing. I love it. All right, enough talking about good games. Let's talk about some hot garbage real quick. You know that trend going around of people saying like, "Oh, I hear saxophones when this happens. Oh, I hear this." I hear this. I hear the Alice in Wonderland friggin' combat theme. The Alice Madness Returns combat theme. So let me tell you. Every ounce of will I had was used trying to get through this game. The combat did not feel good. The shooting, the third person shooting they had to do in the middle of combat did not feel good. I was so sick and tired of how they progressed me through each of the levels. And yeah, I was getting real tired of it. Also, the Chinese level, I don't think that level needed to exist. Like, I'm starting to like conspiracy theory reasons why that level exists. and the only one I can think of is like, since it was made by a Chinese team, they were like, "Yo, we'll make your game, but you gotta let us make a Chinese level." And that's the only reason why I could think of it. But the bugs, bro, yeah, I ran into a lot of them for zero reasons. The game still thinks the fight is going on, so it doesn't let me progress. That was annoying. Going into like a funny pinball mini game as Alice when I'm not supposed to be Alice. Oh, those bugs. Freak, this game might be S tier on that other list. If we're talking about the bug ladies in the Chinese level. Again, zero connection between like China and the bug women. At least I think. But yeah, the only thing saving this game, both like I think in people's nostalgia and like in my opinion, in its existence, is the friggin' visuals. It does look really cool. The levels look great. Holy frick, they're just so long. The combat's bad and boring. I don't go in D tier. Alright. Smoking that ginseng that made Shanghai. A lot of the cooler parts were like cutscenes near the end of the game. But yeah, ugh. I get flashbacks, man. I get bad flashbacks, man. Just thinking about that game. Alright, the next one. I remember seeing this game a bit and only picking it up because friggin' I was suggested to play it. I'm talking about that Timesia. You get to work in Copper Monster before. Alright, bro. I'll see you later. Yeah, this friggin' game. The difficulty spike I faced was just the one random with a spear in the first level. Absurd. But then after that, the difficulty really fell off. I thought it got pretty easy up until like the final boss. And I don't know. There's like this parry system where you can like knock out their first health bar, and then you have to do this green execute move to actually knock it down permanently so they don't heal it back up. It was kind of cool for a bit. I don't know. I wasn't really rocking with this one. But I did definitely see what they were trying to do. And I respect it. It was a good attempt. I only got the one ending because I wasn't about to input any more time into a game I wasn't really messing with that much. Yeah. I think at the end it was definitely more enjoyable than DMC. The first Devil May Cry, only by a little bit though. Alright, now time for the friggin' last one. I think this is the most recent game that came out in this list, actually. Oh yeah, it totally is. And that game is called Romeo's a Dead Man. Now, if you had been around me, you probably heard me glaze up this game like crazy. And it's because it's true. I do love this game. I think it quickly became one of my favorite games of all time. Don't look at all that. It had such. I think it had a basic fighting system, but I think it was just done so well, and it hasn't been done recently, so it felt refreshing. So you have an arsenal of 4 weapons that you can equip. You can't really switch weapons in between. I'm stupid. You can't switch weapons in the middle of a fight. So you got 4 melee weapons and 4 guns, each of them having their own ults, using the Bloody Summer. I think the guns only have 1 Bloody Summer each, but the melee weapons each have 3 Bloody Summers, depending on whether you dodge, jump, or just stand before it. And you have all 3 charges. You can unleash a combo of Bloody Summers, which does a lot of damage and staggers bosses, which is really sick. Then you have 4 summons of zombies that all do cool things. There's just so much customization you can have in this game that literally every person that I've talked to, they've all done something different. They all have their own favorite weapons, their own favorite summons. And I think that makes this game crazy good. Crazy replayability. The characters are nice. The tunes? Insanity. One of the best soundtracks I've heard in a freaking minute in a video game. And yeah, it's just genuinely such an insane ride. There's just so much random pockets of dedication that feel so good. Whether it's like the diorama of the town in the first cutscene, to the death screen being an actual wax sculpture being melted. It's all crazy. It's all so sick. And that's why it's going in friggin' S tier. The final one I have to rank. And yeah. I love Romeo as a Dead. I love Romeo as a Dead Man to death. So yep, there's the entire list. Feel free to freaking dunk on me. Feel free to call me trash for not liking DMC 5. Or like, call me trash for not liking DMC 3 over DMC 4. But you know what? Yeah, frick you. All right. Yeah, from a genre video game I haven't really played much of to like going through all these. I definitely learned what I like and don't like about these games. And about the genre. But I actually think it's like one of my favorite genres now. Whether it's hack and slash and or action RPGs. Yeah, friggin' I know you probably think I got some of these like way out of order, but you know what? That's what opinions are for. And sometimes people have correct opinions, like me. All right. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm basically gonna be doing the same thing except with shooters here in a bit. And I mean, I already have my list of shooters going that I need to get through. I feel like it's already way longer than these ones. But yeah, again, I'm sure I'm gonna find what I'd like and don't like about the genre. I'll find my new favorites. I'll find my ones that I hate. Yeah, that's friggin' it, I guess. All right. Yeah.